Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Let's see what he can do with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Missouri Tigers offense takes the field for the first time today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big...
Open runway ahead. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. And why waste any time? Get right to it, the offense, with a big play right out of the gate.
And sending a clear message, Reese, they are going to take shots. They've got playmakers. They've got dudes that can get downfield and locate the football. I love the attitude right out of the gate.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looking for a productive play on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Coles. Finds some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offense, a sack. Now it's second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. A third and long coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Pulls it in. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll go to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
And is slipped out. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Snags it. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Illinois answered the bell away from Champaign today with an impressive victory. The Fighting Illini knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll go with a direct snap. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Flips it out to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's right on target. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. They'll throw it on 1st down. Working that left side now.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Intercepted. Looking for more room. The 40. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
I love defenses that make big plays, that understand what they're trying to get from the offense, understand how to attack it, jump some of these routes, make these interceptions, and then not only that, when you get the football, try to do something with it. Don't slide down. Don't take a knee. Try to bring that thing back to the house. You set your offense up for great field position.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. And they're able to make the tackle. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. After putting up a 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down for this offense. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. It's incomplete and will change ends of the field now. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to him. Oh, big juke to get past. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Pulls it and fires to the left. The Tide will get the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Off play action on first down. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Into the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field.
Off he goes! Inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the option. Now the pitch. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Second down coming up. He leaves it with his back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes that Alabama offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. With the catch, it's Avery. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Wide out in motion. Going up top on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that one play to pick up the first. Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. When you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete on the right side. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And this one splits the uprights. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Steps away to find some room. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful. Fires one high and deep. Snags it inside the 20. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Catch in the middle, it's Jones. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He wants to throw. He unleashes a long one. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Kelly. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Makes the grab. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Kelly.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Twist his way through. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd down, going up top. They're bringing heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This one will be a 43-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Missouri will kick it off to open this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down. I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here after the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
The quick out. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Trying play action. He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Bama! And once he got loose, it was all over. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Handoff to the single back. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Missouri! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
That's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling the plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up, and this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's.
He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball.
Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He'll take another shot here. Catch and stride inside the 15. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. And you can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. pre-snap motion in the backfield. He'll come out throwing on first down. Finds a tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Fresh set of downs after the completion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5 down to the 17-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown tie. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing.
Oh, they block it. He's got it. He can take this back for 2. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet.
He lobs one high down the left side. And the pass is intercepted.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And the defense brings the blitz. And how about the QB? Really nice job understanding. If I can hang on to this just a little bit longer, it gives my receiver an opportunity to run a bend.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to take off. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. 3rd down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up 4th.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. He's going to pass. He lost one down the sideline. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, the offense trying to be aggressive. They're throwing the go ball down the sideline. Just a better job in coverage defensively forces the incomplete.
They'll give it to the back. They almost got a 1st down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 1st down to start the drive after the break. The running back has it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Missouri comes to the line with another first down. The toss to the right. Oh, gave the defender the business. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. He's looking to throw. It's on target and complete. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it. And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inch, you just have to go execute. They do it.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll leave it with him. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running to the left. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Leaves it with the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Carolina is down right now. But that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Boston College. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Stopped after making the catch.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
Pulls and fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Looking left. It's caught. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. They move the tight end all over. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes the connection.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Missouri will snap it in the red zone. On second down, looking again to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Power football with the run. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Missouri! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Kelly. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Feeling some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. And it's picked off at the goal line. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all